Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Waharakah, Wadash. That's the name of the Father, in the name of the Holy Son, and the Holy Spirit, in whom we praise. Double honors to our apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who rule well over the flock of Israel. Shalom and salutations to you, Akim out here, who are pushing the words of truth and sincerity. Shalom to all the elect Akim and Akwath, scattered Israelites and Israelite foreigners, Abaratazah, which means Lord willing, this video will be edifying and about. And I'm just doing the continuation of everything we love to learn in these end times, considering that war is in the midst. And when we talk about war, we talk about a great destructive war like never been seen before. As a matter of fact, let's jump on the scriptures of Daniel's 12th chapter, verse 1. Yeah, we coming into a time like none other. That's already been established many times throughout these scriptures, right? A time like never before. Daniel's 12 and 1. And the preface says the time of the end. So again, we understand seasons, we understand ages, right? Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, we understand eon, age in the Greek, all right? Uninterrupted period of rulership or kingdom beginning to end. This is the kingdom or the age or the world of Esau's rulership. This is his kingdom, Esau's world, which is going to be transferred over to Israelite world very soon. So what we got us all excited about the scriptures. It tells the picture before, paints the picture before the view can be seen. Daniel's 12 and 1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, that great prince was standing for the children of thy people. This is the angel Micaiah. All right. Showing you that Yahweh Shah is coming back with angels with him. Right? The scriptures tell you in Revelations that the angels hold it back the four winds of destruction. So all throughout the Bible, you're talking about a time of destruction to come. It's not some juicy kids bop. What's that book that you would read as a kid? And they got the cartoons and the animals with the coloring books. It's not that, man. It's not some good novel, the J.K. Rowling series. It's not something you wind up by the fireplace during Christmas holiday and read to your kids. Unless you want them knowing about the truth, which is doom, lamentations, mourning, and woe. So you have Michael here at this time, right? At that time, appointed time, is an appointed time for everything under the sea. All right. If you go to that word time, it says due season. Due season. What is due season all about? Even that word itself is like, it's kind of wild when you think about it. In due season, people say in due season. What do you mean in due season? Well, when something's due, that means it's time's up. That means it's here now. You got to do it. Due, D-U-E. But when a season comes, that ushers in a change of something, right? So the due season refers to the right or appointed time for something to happen, emphasizing a belief in divine timing in the unfolding of Yahweh's plans. It's bad right there. The phrase suggests a period of time between planting a good seed and reaping its harvest. We were just talking about that, the harvest and the harvest is the end of the world, the scriptures say. So this is all about Yahweh Bashim Yahushah's time and due season, the right appointed time for something to happen. All right? Time for everything under the sun. It's no different. Just because you in the middle of your marriage, don't change what it's due season for. Just because, the GTA 6 ain't dropped yet, don't change that it was already set up that in this period of time, the reaping will take place. It goes, implying patience is needed while things are cultivated and then mature before they are released or come to fruition. So you got to wait. Everything's about maturation. Everything's about the fulfillment of prophecy. Everything's about Yahweh Bashim Yahushah's timing. So that's why it says, Daniel 12 and 1, and at that time, because it's already written. Shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, who are the Israelites? It says, and there shall be a time of trouble. So this is what we all come to realize now. Now you can see it if you're watching the media. You can see trouble is a brewing, right? Troubles are brewing. Whether it's attacks on the bus station, troubles are brewing. Whether it's popular people getting sniped, troubles are brewing. A whole lot of inside red herring, red flag, psychological war operations taking place. Troubles are brewing. You got chariot sightings and so-called UFOs being shot with by hellfire missiles and still going, still moving. Troubles are brewing. You got the exposure of the Mossad and Israel and the people who are running the world. The Amalekites, so-called Jews. You got the exposure of them at an all-time high, and everybody got to be on high alert now. You got Jake women making videos about how this whole Charlie Kirk situation is taking. It all goes back to the Mossad and the state of Israel and Netanyahu, right? And how you got Edomites and Israelites agreeing on what's happening to America at the same time, but because we don't run the media, you just got to come across the fact that people is waking up. You just got to be in conversation with the enemy to see that, oh, that's what they think. So in real life, nobody want to talk about it, but in social media, everybody's talking about it. Imagine that. So in all honesty, this man's being exposed at like all-time high rates. Meanwhile, he's over there attacking other countries. Qatar, all right, or as we used to pronounce it, Qatar, it's getting attacked. You got war popping off in the Middle East. You got Russia. You got Venezuela. I mean, it's coming. It's coming. And then you got the CBDC, the digital currency. I forget what the Gideon plan. With you got Palantir. This is troubling times, man. You got drones, robotics. So these is troubling times, man. BRICS. It goes on. It says, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as was never since there was a nation even to that same time. So that means no time before it are you going to be able to analyze and say, oh, this time was worse, or it was worse before. No, it's going to be worse now. You can see it. The inkling of it is what's going on in Gaza. I mean, that's all out disrespect. How they'll tell these people, we'll move over here and then bomb that place. And then tell them, we'll go over here now and bomb it. Then if you come in with your little flotilla, right, trying to give aid to these people, they turn you around in the ocean in the middle of the night. So it's real like that. They just pulled America in. Didn't America just drop a bomb on Iran? Right? Yeah, we so-called took out their nuclear. Well, we've heard that before. Remember Saddam Hussein? Right? And right after 9/11, all of a sudden, we're not even trying to look for the attackers no more. We're just going after Saddam Hussein. And then it goes back to this long listed plan that the generals been put out there in the open, that the last place to take down in the Middle East was always going to be Iran. Why? Is anything a coincidence? No. Everything has a season and a time appointed. Let's keep going, man. This is where real learning takes place, not in them damn fool systems. This is real education takes place. Edukari, right? To draw from within, if I'm not mistaken. To pull out from within. This is real education, man. This is where you really learn who you are. This is really where you really learn what this world is about. Outside of this truth, you are standing on unsolid ground, right? Matter of fact, let's grab something real quick. I want to touch on it, and then I'm go right back. You need solid ground. Your mind is a place that needs to be strong and suited for the troubling shaky times that's about to come. We just read it. Troubling times. All right. This is Isaiah 28:16. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I lay in Zion a foundation, a stone. Zion meaning to Zion in the Hebrew. That word means monument in the English. Okay. It says a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone. A cornerstone is you're erecting a building. A cornerstone is one of the first stones laid down because it dictates where that building will be, and every other stone placed after the cornerstone has to be aligned with the cornerstone. It is the most important stone in the whole building. So important that they would even put time capsule stuff inside these cornerstones. If you see some tall buildings next time downtown and you're looking at the building, you'll see right on the corner this peculiar stone. It should stand out. It even most of the time it has inscriptions on it. If you was to break that open, it probably have some information on the inside, because it's a long tradition of cornerstones all the way back into the Hebrew Bible, obviously all the way back into the BC era. It says a sure foundation. Now we're talking about something that's sure, and the word sure, you go into that word, it's yasad in the Greek. I mean, it's in the Hebrew yasad. It means established, appointed, founded, laid, right? That you lay a foundation, or you lay, it says to seat themselves close together, to establish. So it says to fixed. So you need your foundation or something that you stand on to be sure it's fixed. It's not going anywhere. When something's fixed, it's stuck. It's staying in its position. It's not going to be moving all around from one side to the next. No, it's stuck. It's staying. So it's a sure foundation. And as we know, a foundation is everything that you stand upon. He that believeth shall not make haste. So we need that. And who is our chief cornerstone, our sure foundation, our tried stone? Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai, which means he saves, which proves that there's going to be destructive times and times of trouble ahead, because why would our Messiah, the one who we know is going to usher in our kingdom in our time to rule, the one that we know is going to bring peace and prosperity back to our nation of people, right? Set us on high and not low. The power that we know is sent by the Father, Yahweh Shai. Why would his name be Yahweh Shai if we wasn't going to be in trouble and he didn't need to save us? Right? So this is Yahweh Shai. Psalms 118:22. The stone which the builders refused is become the headstone of the corner. So that's Yahweh Shai. He is that chief cornerstone. He's that sure foundation. Finishing back at Daniel's. Bear with me. Daniel's 12:1. It says, "And there shall be a time of trouble, such as was since such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time our people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book." Written where? In the book. What book is that? The book of life. Ultimately, in order for your name to be written in the book of life, you have to be a part of the elect, right? The chosen elect, which the Lord has set out from the foundations. Talking about that foundation, sure foundation, from the foundations or the beginning of the building of the world or earth, the heavens and the earth, when that was all beginning or being built in the book of Genesis, you had people there. I mean, you had people, Salaki, you had spirits already created, who the Lord set those spirits up to and created them to build his blueprint, which was, as we know today, earth. It was built. This place was created, but it was the blueprint of the Heavenly Father, and it was therefore taken and created by his first created spirits, who were here from the foundations the world. How do we know that? We prove that. This is, bear with me, this is the book of Ephesians 1 and 4. It says, let me start at, let's see if I want to start up real quick. Ephesians, yeah, I'll start at 4. It says, according as he had chosen us, or that word chosen, all right, to pick, to choose, chosen, definition, to select, eklektomai in the Greek, of Yahweh choosing whom he judged to fit to receive his favors and separated from the rest of mankind to be peculiarly his own and to be attended continually by his gracious oversight, i.e. the Israelites. So the Lord chose a nation and picked them out, separated them from the rest of these nations to receive all his blessings. But he also chose an elect to deliver in these times of trouble, who Yahweh Shah is coming back to deliver. Not everybody's going to accept Yahweh Shah. Remember, except you have to accept him and believe on his name. You cannot be saved. So if everybody, to call him JC isn't believing on his name either, right? Especially when we have the authenticity of the scriptures to go into the interlinear and see what these names meant, how you spelt these names in the Hebrew, right? The actual Assyrian, how you write these letters, even the name of the Father, how you write these letters out, and the pronunciation you get from the writings and the correct Hebrew writings. His name, Yahawashah, means Yah, he, Hawashah saves. So it makes sense. But when you say the J word, that don't make sense. What does that mean? Right? That's a transliteration. It's not even the accurate translation because there was no letter J. It's just conclusively not his name. Why does that matter? Because this is all the true worshipers are coming back to the Lord in this day and age. So it says, according as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, before the foundation of the world. So before the world was founded, who was chosen? His elect. It says that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us to the adoption of children by Yahweh Shah to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. There's a predestination of his elect. All right? Predetermination, decided beforehand, ordained beforehand, to limit in advance. Okay? There you go. So now you understand as well that, the Lord is dealing with the same people who he preordained to be adopted back to him through his son. Preordained. We are back with the Father by the way of the Son, who we were with from the foundations of the world. If you be a part of the Lord's chosen elect, doesn't matter what generation you come back in, you are the elect for the end times. Your set purpose is to come and return back to him and find the Son, and you'll be taught things about the Son concerning the end times, and all of this knowledge will be your sure foundation in these days we live in. I will rock this out. This video was edifying. Until next time, shalom.